Holiday photos, they capture cherished moments that families can look back on for years, preserving milestones and traditions. A local photography business believes taking holiday photos can be a family activity that fosters togetherness and creates a shared experience. With us right here, live on The Splash, co-owners of Frameable Faces at the Orchard Mall in West Bloomfield, we have Doug and Allie Cohen. Thank you both for being here.
Thanks for having us.
Hey, thanks for having us, Kevin.
So happy to have you here to talk about this very, very special moment in most people's families' lives, taking family holiday photos. First and foremost, I would love to get you guys' perspective on it. Starting with you, Allie, what makes holiday photos so special compared to other types of photography sessions at Frameable Faces?
So around the holiday time is usually when you've got all of your family together in one place, and oftentimes it's really only just that one time a year. So got that big, happy, fuzzy, lovey feeling with the whole family together. And that's a perfect time for family photos.
I know. As you're saying that, I'm thinking about the moments I had to take those family photos when we were a kid. Everybody's making different faces. The kids playing around. You got to get people's attention. You got to get everybody to dress up. That alone can be a task. So I completely understand that. Kind of switching it over to you, Doug, are there any specific trends or things that we've noticed during this specific holiday season for photos?
Yeah, I don't know if it's anything that we've noticed this year that's necessarily different from last year per se.
Okay.
But I do think, one of the things that we see every year in West Bloomfield is just the diversity. So what's kind of cool is people do tend to lean in to their different traditions and whether it's a family tradition or whether it's somebody who's celebrating one holiday or the other holiday. The different holidays, people do cards for all the different holidays, and then some people just keep it more general for Happy New Year kind of thing. And so people do lean into all of those things, and I think it's almost kind of trend agnostic, if you will. I don't know that people necessarily jump on trends that we see so much as just leaning into their own family trends and traditions that they cherish so much.
I can see that. Having your own personality, letting your own family personality stand out in the photos, things that you all do, your own traditions. It makes sense, and it makes sense when you put it that way, Doug. So yeah. I want to kind of get both of your responses with this. How do you all work together to make the families, each individual, feel comfortable and confident during these sessions? Because that's one thing you have to get out of them in order to take a really good photo.
100%. So before we do any sort of photo session, we will bring the person who is coordinating the photo session at least into the studio, or we can meet at their home, place of business, whatever, just to kind of get an idea of the family dynamics. Who are the players? If they want to bring more people, we've had kids come in with the parents so that they can kind of have, so on that, Doug and I are not strangers or people that they've met before, and there's no risk of stranger danger or anything like that. So we kind of get to know all of our clients so that we can get that feeling of who they really are, and that way we can make sure that who they are really comes out in the photos.
I never even thought of it like that, having some sort of like a consultation session or something like that to kind of frame things up. I get it. Frameable faces, frame it up. See, I'm getting it now.
I see what you did there.
Yeah. You see what I'm doing now. With us right here live on The Splash, we have Doug and Allie Cohen, co-owners of Frameable Faces, located at Orchard Mall in West Bloomfield, talking about taking family holiday photos together, how special they really are. Doug, can you think of any memorable moment from taking some family photos, even throughout the years, that kind of just brought things full circle?
Yeah, the one that comes to mind for me is we have one family who every year comes in and does a different theme. So it's become kind of a tradition here with us and this family to come up with something really over the top silly. One year it was stashing through the snow, and they all had mustaches. They do something really goofy, really corny and cheesy every year, and we get a lot of laughs out of it. So that's one that we look forward to every year, that we've been doing every year. So that's definitely one that is a highlight for us.
They've had some really good ones too.
Please.
Sorry.
Yeah. No, go ahead.
I like Don't Get Your Tinsel in a Tangle.
Don't get your tinsel in a tangle.
They have Happy Holidays from the Hoods. They were all wearing West Bloomfield hoodies.
Ooh,
so
nice.
It's super cute. They're very creative, and it's like Doug said, it's a lot of fun.
You know what's so funny as you were talking about that, Doug? I'm thinking, have you all had any couples or families come in? Have you seen the trend where they take the very awkward poses? They might be wheelbarrowing someone, or someone sits on somebody's head, sits on someone's head. Have you had that yet?
Oh yeah, we've had the family stack where they're all stacked up like a stack of pancakes. We've had some pretty goofy stuff. See, now that's a nice standard photo.
Yeah, that's a good one.
But we've had plenty of goofy stuff for sure. Yeah.
I love that.
And there's always the silly, sometimes people come in with like didn't someone come in with like bottles of wine or something that they
That was the same family when one
was
of them
that them?
was underage. Yeah, one of them was underage. She wasn't drinking. She wasn't drinking.
Right. Thank you for clarifying.
But we had her on the back, and her older sister was of legal age. So the young one is drinking the bottle, and the older sister's, like laughing. So yeah.
Nice.
If you can't have fun, what's the point?
No, good point. Good point. Like you said, bring out that personality. Just got a question from our producers. Just curious, do you have any tips, advice for people, groups of friends, or even family who may be coming to take holiday photos for the first time?
Don't be afraid to touch each other. Like, I think you pulled up a couple photos of where everyone's connected.
Mm-hmm.
That's good. That's good. You've got that feeling of warmth and closeness when you have people touching each other. Another tip is, triangles, either, this way or this way, different levels of people. It's visually interesting, and it gives you a really nice photo. And again, don't be afraid to kind of do a lean on your friend, or, a hand on a shoulder, things like that. One thing about hands on shoulders and around waists, what you don't want, unless you're doing a hug or you've got your arms all the way around someone, it looks weird to have like a hand coming across here from the back, which I can't show you, but it looks weird, like there's a phantom hand coming over. So just watch, and if you need to, just kind of bring down behind the person so that you look like you're connected and you're touching, but you can't physically see the hands.
See, that's why we have you on here, Allie, because I would never, the average person don't think of that thing. So that was a great question from our producers, and thank you for responding to that. Real quick, we don't have too much time. Doug, I do want to know from you, I think this is a great question. What role do you think local businesses like Frameable Faces play in connecting the community during the holiday season?
Well, to me, it's all about local businesses and local independent businesses. And I'd be remiss if I didn't tie that into our wonderful community of independent retailers here at the mall, but, most of which are locally owned. And I think local owned businesses that make it and do it the right way and are in the community for years kind of become the fabric of the local economy and the community at large. When you support your local businesses, you're supporting your neighbors, and you're keeping the money in the community. So everybody benefits locally when you shop local and buy local. You're keeping, you're really keeping the local engine going of West Bloomfield. So to me, I think just in terms of, not just financially, but when I say the fabric of the community, it's people walking by and having that comfort of, oh, hey, that store's been here for a long time, and it's part of the landscape. It's part of your neighborhood. So to me, that's where local businesses come into play, like us, as well as all of our neighbors here at the mall.
Yeah, well-knit community. People know each other. A very popular TV show said, you want to go where everyone knows your name. And we want people to
Right.
know about Doug and Allie. Allie, real quick, just land this plane. Tell us where we can find or where we can go to take these great pictures at Frameable Faces and anything else that you all have going on.
So anybody is welcome to pop into the studio, meet Doug and I. We have a tremendous social media and online presence courtesy of our own Doug Cohen, who does a fabulous job with that. So we are at Frameable Faces everywhere you could possibly want to be. Blue Sky, which you should get there if you're not already.
Okay.
Facebook, Instagram, we are all over the place. And if you're in the mall, pop on in, say hi. Meet us and let us show you just how beautiful you can be.
Hey, let the professionals handle the professional photography. Thank you both again for being with us and in bringing some perspective into family holiday photos. Once again, Doug and Allie Cohen, co-owners of Frameable Faces at the Orchard Mall in West Bloomfield. We appreciate your time.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, Kevin.